So we have today former India team's fielding coach, KKR's fielding coach, and who has worked with a vast number of athletes in Indian cricket. Today we have Mr. Biju George from Kerala. Welcome to One India, Michael
Thank
sir.
you.
Myself, Shauradi Pash. So we are going to discuss about an array of things today, sir, with you that we have got finally uh, your interview. So, sir, the first thing that I want to ask is that how you have been in the forefront of Indian cricket for a long time. You have seen it all. You have worked with various athletes, various Indian team players. How has the fielding changed over the 2 decades or a decade or so?
The thing is, like, fielding finally has been recognized as a major skill. Initially, what happened, like, fielding was somewhere in the background. If you're a good enough batter or a good enough fielder, you used to get by. But now fielding is also taken into consideration when a team is selected, and the training has become very specific. And the thing is, like, the teams have started to identify the hotspots and the specific fielders who need to be fielding there, and a lot of importance. And it's very happy to see a lot of players, former players, coming into fielding as fielding coaches, which is a very healthy trend.
Sir, it's been like people say that it all started with Yuvraj Singh and Mohammad Cave, who kind of pioneered the fielding, you know, stuff, because they were like Ajay Jadeja were there before.
Absolutely.
But how have you seen the likes of Ravindra Jadeja or Virat Kohli, because they have taken it to a complete different level? So how much work generally does it take for an athlete to reach at that level, and how can they maintain their physique, maintain their fitness to be at such a high level for a hugely long time?
It is like, since you brought this question, like, the guy, the fielding is one area where you can certainly develop yourself. Batting, bowling, but fielding is one thing. If you put in the effort, you're going to get a result, and the results will show. Because as a batter, you might get out first ball, you're not there. You have a bad spell, you're not bowling anywhere. But throughout the day, even if it's 90 over, or a 50 over game, or a 20 over which you are fielding, you are there. You got time enough to display your skills. So players started taking fielding very seriously. And you talk about these people, but don't forget Mohammad Assaruddin. He was one of the best.
Absolutely.
Initially, he was not such a hot fielder, but he trained himself to be one of the best in the business. And like, now what happened with the people like Virat Kohli and all, they have taken the fitness also to the next level. Fitness is directly related to fielding. The fitter you are, more agile you are, your reflexes will be there, so you can be better. And that's what has actually transformed fielding.
And you've worked with Indian women's team as well. If you can kind of, we have seen them from very close stages, close arenas. If you can name who you do think have been the best fielders or who have the best fielding ethics and work
Really, Jemima Rodriguez,
Jemima Rodriguez.
she is the best. Because she is there, she's a total all-round package. She is constantly working on her fielding, upgrading her skills. Last time we spoke, she was talking about how she could improve her throwing. Like, that means she's got fielding in the back of her mind, and she's there. And the thing is, like, being a fielder, the main thing is, like, there is no place you can hide, and the commitment towards taking a catch, which is a 50-50 chance, how you put your body on the line, is what sets you apart as a better fielder. And Jemima is one of the best in the world.
So, being you a coach, as you train all these players, do you kind of make a personalized routine for each individual on how to improve their skills, or is it more of a generalized approach for all the players?
Now, what happened? There are certain drills which we do. There's a drill called round the clock, which is supposed to be the mother drill, which involves players fielding in all the positions. It's a 360-degree drill. Then we come to specifics like X, Y, Z fielding at a particular position. So we train them individually to be better fielder at that position. That's how it happens.
Given the Indian women's team currently now in UAE, what are your expectations of that? Because there have been many a times that we have reached in the final, but we haven't been able to cross the final hurdle. How are your expectations this
I'll be very happy if they reach the finals, at least, in the sense. And there are a lot of worrying points as far as fielding is concerned. The major concern will be the wicket keeping.
Okay.
Because Indian women, the system seems to be going for a better batter who can keep rather than the best keeper. My belief is that Tanya Bhatti is the best wicket keeper in women's circuit, and they always prefer a better batter like Richa Ghosh or Yashika Bhatia. But this, if a half chance or a quarter chance goes dropping, and it's a major player like a Beth Mooney or a Shiver, and they get going, or a Alisa Healy, there will be chaos and mayhem. And you don't get, so like I think that is one area. And some of the fielders in the Indian team, women team, look to be slowing down a bit, which they can certainly pick up. Other than that, I think it's a well-rounded fielding side.
Coming from the women's team, if we can concentrate now back into the IPL, which has been a revelation in Indian sports over the years. You have worked with Delhi Capitals, and you are still part of the Delhi Capitals team. You must have seen the emergence of Rishabh Pant after that horrible accident that they had. What kind of things that you observed him? The way he's been playing now, the way he's been keeping and batting, it looks like he's the same old player. But the kind of injuries that he had, it changes life. So from coming out of that and bouncing back, how did you see him?
The first time I saw Rishabh was when he was in the 19 squad, and there was this camp run by BCCA for the wicket keepers. He was very thin, agile, and he has got a gymnastics background. Post injury, I see the same Rishabh Pant, the 19-year-old kid, very eager, doing stuff, and he looks the same. If you can take.
And I think from there, he looks to be much more fitter and much more stronger. And like when I went from WPL to the IPL, and we had a camp in Vaisak, and I started hitting edges. First thing he said was, "नहीं, कोई धीरे धीरे नहीं, hard ही चलेगा."